Alrighty guys, we're hoping to get this I think I'll go ahead and shut that dozer off. May take just a little bit. We're hoping to get this done. This is kind of drawn out. It's taking longer than it probably should because we've had weather and waiting on rock, and the owner here has a dump truck, and so he was having one of his hired hands get the rock for us, and so we had to wait on that. So anyway, it's kind of been delayed a little bit. The pond dam is done up there. All we're trying to do is get the spillway set all in. Shouldn't take all that long to get it done, but I kind of wish they would have gotten the piles closer instead of, you know, stacking them end on the end, stacking them beside each other. That way everything could have been closer to the cut. So I'll have to take the 850 and shove the gravel up there where I can get to it with the excavator. So that's gonna create a bit of a challenge. I was gonna try to stay off the 850 as much as possible because it's a balmy 17 degrees right now. So the heat is sure nice. So anyway, I've let both of these fire up and warm up a little bit. I'm gonna move over or go over to the 850. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it back off because I'll have a little bit of time here. I just want to kind of get the juices flowing on it a little bit. So anyway, I shall be right back. I'm back. I always worry about that 850 starting in this really cold weather, because it's just a 12 volt system. You know, all the other machines that I have are 24 volt with 2 batteries. So normally they'll start, you know, normally without any problems. But I've always been concerned about that. But it's never failed to ever start. It doesn't have glow plugs because it's a P-pump 12 valve Cummins, and it doesn't have a heating grid. So it's just totally relying upon its ability to fire up, which like I said, I've never had a problem with it firing up as long as it's got a good battery in it. And I mean, it wasn't happy, and it was kind of pissed off there when it first started up. But I'm not gonna lie, but it did fire up, and sitting there idling real good and warming up. So it's been a great machine. I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever with that machine whatsoever. So anyway, try not to squeeze this real tight. There's a paper tube that's wrapped around, and when it sits outside, the paper tube gets it demolished, so it doesn't really have a good ability to conform, so it gets kind of squishy. Got some really cool projects coming up. One of them is a sizable project that I'm going to be working with some other guys on. I'm going to be the one doing the dirt work. They're going to be doing the fencing. So I wish I had more material. it is right in the bend, so that tree root and everything will hold that. So it was a good idea to leave it. But it's a pain in the butt to work around these. Think about it, this thing has an amazing heater. Fish habitat. Oh, of course. I wish this rock was a little bit bigger. They brought a portable plant in. Their normal 2 to 6 inch rock is normally bigger than that. But they brought a portable plant in that had screens, and more uniform screens. And so it is true. It's true size now, so it's actually a little bit small. So I wish it was a little bit bigger. He told me that yesterday after they'd already hauled it. Well, of course I knew that was going to happen. So much when you track that it'll do that. Try not to break it all to pieces. Like I said, I want to use this up here. Careful with all these lines and all that this kind of weather, because the trees snag them, they're brittle. You'll break the crap out of things. bend it down here lower, so. Start screwing thing up. Should have started in the middle. I should have done. Guys, well, this is a first going through a forestry gen, so I never had that happen. It regened earlier, and which normally takes a minute or so, and then that was it, and then it started regenning again and went for about 10 minutes. That's when I was pushing up the rock over here, so it went about 10 minutes and then quit. And now I'm working, and a red flashing light come up, says, well, my battery ran down. So anyway, it went through a normal regen for a minute or so, and then was working fine, and then went into a regen again. Took about 10 minutes, so I just left it set on high idle while I was pushing this rock up. And now, like I said, it just went in. Red light flashing, says lock parking brake, push regen switch, so I did. So now we're in a forced regen. So that's telling me the DPF, this machine doesn't have DEF, but it has a DPF. So this is telling me that the DPF is starting to get plugged. And so anyway, so that means it's probably going to have to come out of there, be cleaned. Man, I didn't need that at all. Oh, I hate these newer machines. That's why I didn't want to get anything newer, and I would not have bought one that had DEF in it. You know, the DPF machines are supposed to be a lot better, a lot less issues. So anyway, here we are, setting. Costing me time, costing me money. So what do you do? Welcome to the modern area. Thank you very much. Alright guys, well, that's, you know, if you ever had one of them days where you should have just stayed at the house, this is probably it. Ran out of material, so now I've got to go get some more. So I'm going to try to talk to the quarry about the rock. I probably shouldn't even have started anything with it before I called them. Make sure and have your seam overlapped. That way the water doesn't lift your seam up. See, that rock's just too, God, it makes me mad. You can see the bigger rocks in there, you know, that are softball or bigger, you know. That's what normally that we would get in this material. But anyway, that's not what we got now. I'd say those are on average probably 4 inch probably. So matter of time, I'm gonna have to pull the DPF out and get it cleaned. I know a lot of guys are taking them out and power washing them. I've never done it. This is my first ever machine that has any sort of, you know, crap on it. Anything relatively new, you're gonna have to deal with it. But I'm going to get asked why this is relatively flat. There's actually 18 inches. There's actually 18 inches of swell in here. I didn't want to make it the swell too deep, because I didn't want to centralize the water. If you make it really deep, the water is going to pick up speed. Instead of it being nice, you know, relatively flat, the water's going to concentrate in that low area, and it's really going to pick up speed and force. So if you can keep your ditches flat, you're much better off. Relatively flat. So that's why I chose not to make this, you know, really super deep, because I'm wanting to keep the water slow. God, I just wish that rock was bigger. Ah. Further on my material than what I did, so I have got to have the material down here, or it'll just destroy everything. So I'm just about done for today. Until I can get back to Springfield and get some material. Hopefully they'll have it. Last roll I bought was ungodly high. So, and they only had like one roll left. So, anyway, that's all I can do, because I've got to have that material to run all the way down here. You know, I've got to. Because if I don't, it's gonna eat its way. It's gonna, you know, start cutting into the ground, and it's gonna eat its weight right in. And like I said, there are some bigger rocks and some concrete and all that dirt stuff there. I'm gonna sift through it and line this turn right here with it once I get the white rock in. And I'm not gonna have enough white rock. I'll probably have enough white rock to get me to where, say, the end of the pile is right now, probably. And I may have to end up by using that that rock there that's in the pile. May end up by using it to fill in that area there. So kind of helps slow it down. But you just got to be careful, because you don't want to stack it up too high. It'll start going around the rock and start eating more of the ground out. So water's a funny thing, and it takes a lot of years to kind of figure it out. And so I've done enough of these over the years to know, what I need to do. And so I doubt I can get to town before they close tonight. If I can, I'd try to get this finished up tomorrow, but if not, I'll have to get it first of the week, and I'll have to, I'll just load the 953 up, take it back, start pushing trees again. I've not done anything with it since I had to repair, so. Been one of those jobs, man. It's just time consuming, and you wouldn't think that it would be, but it is, and it's just been a pain. Like I said, having to move a bunch of dirt, work that dam over down there. This is taking forever. Guys, that's all I can do today. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. This video wasn't very long, so I'm just gonna incorporate it when I get back. What I'm gonna do. So anyway, we'll see you when we get back to get back with the material. And so anyway, see you guys. Alright, yeah, like I said, I'm just wanting to put dust Alrighty guys, well I think we've stuck a fork in this one. I think she's done. Like I said, all in all, it turned out pretty decent. There's a bunch of rocks and stuff in here, so this isn't really super fine graded through here because there's a bunch of rocks, as you can see, and chunks of concrete. And so the more I was in here trying to smooth that up, the worse it got. So well, like I said, all in all, it turned out pretty decent, I think. I stuck some of this old concrete, some of these little bigger rocks and stuff in here up against this rock to kind of hold it so it doesn't want to blow the tail end of this rock out, because it's going to be picking speed up, the water is, as it's coming down through here, and it'll inadvertently want to roll those rocks that are on the end here out. That's happened to me before. And so you kind of chalk them up there a little bit, and it'll keep the rocks in there. It's going to erode that out. There just ain't no way of getting away from it. It is what it is. Filled that back in, maybe it'll kind of come out and kind of spread out a little bit, versus because I mean we're 10 foot wide here, so maybe it won't want to cut it. You know, put a focal point in one spot, it'll kind of just run out into the field. So there's a big ditch cut all the way down to that wet weather creek over there. So anyway, like I said, it's all in all not too bad. It would be nice, like I said, to have a smooth drum roller to run up and down through here. I think it'd make a huge difference tightening these rocks up. I got them as tight as I could. Also would have been nice to have had a half a load of more of the quarry rock to put up in through here. Didn't do a very good job there, but like I said, little stuff like this just drives me nuts. Like I said, it would have been nice, because we're going to have some water come off down through here, because there was a big cut right in through here. So it would have been nice to have been able to brought this white rock up in here further, you know, and then kind of tied it in there. But that is what it is, as they say. Again, not happy with the rock. Fingers crossed we're nice and wide and flat coming through here, because like I said, the old stuff, every one of the rocks is almost this big, you know. So dang, the ponds froze. Whew. Had about enough riding that dozer around, that's for sure. But I'm gonna step down in here. As the water comes up, you know, it'll come up and work its way down. Like I said, it may come up here a little bit, and again, if I wish I'd had a little bit more rock, I probably would have brought the rock on up and tied it in, kind of, you know, how I did, kind of like right there. But the water's going to come up, and it's going to be wide right here, and it's going to be slow rolling right here. Right here's the breakover point, so it's going to speed up as it's going down through here. But I think we've got enough rock down now, because I went ahead and cut that down. I think we got enough rock down there now to go ahead and work its way on out of there. Fingers crossed. Like I said, I just wish the rock was like it used to be. You know, here's a good example right there. But that's the cards we were dealt, so kind of is what it is. But anyway, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here, quit blabbing, whining and moaning and all that. So I'll hand pick a few rocks up and get out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post a new video. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll have some photos on there, and that is at DirtDaddy953. Haven't really mentioned anything yet, but we are going to be attending the ConExpo 2023, and that is March like the 14th through the 18th, I believe, something like that, in Las Vegas. So we are going to be going to that, and looking forward to that. Right now it looks like I've got a interview set up with Kobelco, and I'm going to be attending their booth at the ConExpo, and I'm going to be probably set up there a little bit. And so anyway, looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing all the different manufacturers and all the equipment, and also seeing and meeting some of the other YouTubers as well. So anyway, look forward to that, and I'll kind of keep you posted on how things go there as we get closer. So anyway, guys, again, I'm out of here, and we will where are we going to see you at next? Probably backfilling around the house, or taking the 953 back down to get that other job finished up, pushing the trees out. So one of those. Anyway, we'll see you in the next day or two. So see you guys.